So what is kind of like, since you've been doing the IG comedy thing, like obviously there's a lot of quote unquote IG comedians. There's a bunch.
Yeah.
What has been kind of like your secret into like kind of standing out? And
I don't follow trends. I don't follow the trendy TikTok of the day. I'm not doing Squid Games this week. You know, I technically go against the grain on everything that happens. You know, I mean, if it's something that's like, I remember like, I mean, one of the biggest skits I did was an R. Kelly skit.
right.
You know, and that was around the time. Yeah, that was, it was trendy, but it just, you know, a lot of people,
It fit what you do.
a lot of people were making, like, for example, that skit, I remember a lot of people were playing Gayle King's part, the interviewer. And I was like, fuck that, man. How funny would it be to see the cameraman's point of view?
True.
Right? So I ended up doing that. And then that shit got me like 20,000 followers overnight.
Now, the
Boom.
cameraman,
Just like,
that's a great, yeah.
So I played the cameraman point of view because everybody else was playing the Gayle King, like the interviewer, like they wanted to put themselves in the moment, right? I was like, nah, let's just, that's already a scene as it is. Let that happen. Let me add the cameraman point of view. And then that shit just, it was out of here, you know? But yeah, man, it just, you know, like I don't, you know, like social media comedy is really like, again, man, I feel like comedy is just like music, subjective, right? People like what they like.
Yeah.
But I just tend to go against the grain. Like I don't like to follow the trends, you know, and I like to be as original as possible. As original as possible. You know what I'm saying? You know, like even when I do my characters, like, you know, like when I did, it was so funny. Like recently somebody was asking me like, man, how do you bridge the gap between black and brown and trying to, you know, the comedy? And I was like, I'm not trying to bridge no gap.
You're just doing you.
I'm just doing me. You know, like when I did Andre 3000, I wasn't thinking like, I'm going to do Andre 3000 because it's going to get me closer to the black community. I was like, no, I would just be a funny ass fucking Andre 3000, the Mexican version.
Right.
Like that shit would be funny.
That should be hilarious, yeah.
And dude, and I had a bunch of comments on my TikTok and on Instagram, like loving it, you know, and from the black community. They're like, man, see, here's a comedian that didn't have to do blackface or none of that to just be
For
funny.
sure, yeah.
And I think, you know, that to me means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing comedy for anybody specific. I'm just doing what I think is funny to me. And if you happen to be white, black, or Asian or Mexican and you like it, cool.